Okay. Where is my friend Kadi, or many of you know her as Marwa?
I'm over
Marwa,
here.
yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm super excited. And I just want to welcome everybody here today. I know it's Good Friday, and I am telling you, you will not be sorry you were here today. And the reason we specified Ruby all the way through Black Diamond as participants for today's Zoom is because I truly believe, as a Ruby, you've been in long enough that you understand the pressure and some of the mindset required to promote to that next level. And, you know, Marwa, what you did last month is nothing short of an absolute miracle, but I know it wasn't luck. I know it was very calculated, it was very intentional, and I am so inspired. And I want my friends, Rubies and above here, to really get a vision for what it looks like to not only put out a big promotion, big goal, but to actually attain it, you know? And I want to break this down for them. So number one, you guys, I want you to know Marwa has no idea what I'm going to ask her. She has trusted me by letting her come, but no, she's going to be amazing. Marwa, you have become a very dear friend of mine. And so I just want you to know I love to put people around me that just inspire me greatly. And something about you that I cannot relate to, and I don't know what it's like, is, you know, I didn't just overcome challenges within our industry, challenges within my personal life to accomplish the goals that I put out there in my business. You also had to overcome cultural and religious barriers all at the same time. And so I'm just incredibly inspired. And I want to know, is anyone here today from Canada, Australia, Europe, Mexico? Like, I'm curious of our international family who's here today, because this absolutely is going to blow your mind. Yes, Marwa lives in the US, but her primary language is not English. Her team is all foreign and different religious backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and yet she did not use any excuses. Instead, she just made a plan and got really, really focused. So, Marwa, hello, how are you?
I'm super excited and I'm super nervous because you said you're gonna ask me something that I don't know about.
No,
Let's
I'll be
see
good to
how
you.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna be amazing. Hey, Marwa, because there are rubies and above on this call, I know not everybody knows your story, and I think when they truly understand what you've come from and just, you know, a bit about your story. By the way, no judgment, you guys. I already lost one of my nails. It's only going to get worse as we go through more and more quarantine. But tell us a bit about your story.
Okay, so my name is Marwa Ali. I'm originally from Sudan. I immigrated to the state back in 2010. I have a bachelor in science, but I speak Arabic. So I couldn't work with my degree because of the language. So I had to come back, go back to school. When I come here, I had to go back to school. The only job that I got was customer service at Radio Shack for 7.25. Life was really tough. I thought I'm going to come here, help my parents, help my siblings, because I'm the oldest and I have six sisters and two brothers. So we have a big family and my dad is disabled. So I thought I'm going to be the hand for him and I'm going to be able to help him. But the fact is, when I came to the States, I was struggling, me and my husband, and we had to borrow money from my dad to pay our rent. So it was like a difficult time. I was so desperate. It was so like I was not living. I was so sad. My heart was broken. And when I had my first child, I was not enjoying that time because I was not able to provide. I was not able to be the mom that I wanted to be. The only thing that I was doing right, I was just praying for an opportunity where I can help myself and help other people as well. Because I know lots of people from the same culture or from the same background who are struggling, and I really wanted to change that. The norm was for them to come here and live on government assistance, and I did not want to fly all the way from Sudan to live in government assistance. This is not my dream. I want to do something different. I want to be the government assistant for the people who has no government assistant. So one day I was just looking for a hair vitamin, and I found hair, skin, and nails. That's why I love this product. And I'm so loyal for it, and I use it every day. So I found the hair, skin, and nails, and I thought the only way to buy the vitamin is to become a distributor. So I signed up as a distributor. No one introduced me to the business. No one told me about the business. I just signed up. After I signed up, 4 days later, I got a phone call from Shauna. She is the lady. She's an amazing lady. I was placed under her, and she told me how to make money. And she was like, "You just need to share your love for the product with other people." And this is what I have been doing since I joined. I was just sharing the love for the products with other people. And I was using social media because you guys know I don't have family over here, I don't have friends, I don't even have a coworkers because I quit working in Radio Shack after 8 months because I was pregnant, so pregnant, and there is no mean for me to keep working after having my child because I'm gonna make less than the daycare money. So I had to stay at home. So yeah, this is how I started.
Marwa, that's nothing small. I will just point out a few things. You guys heard her say she was an immigrant from another country. She was well educated, but when she came here, that wasn't either the right education or enough education. I also heard you say you're on government assistance and you were still looking for a nail vitamin. How many of you do not reach out and ask people or offer our products to people because you preconceive that they lost their job or they're on government assistance and they don't have money for this? I promise you, they're spending their money on things like this. And so why not give them something that works and it's a good option for them? I say all that to say, you know, Marwa, I know that one of the primary languages that we translate at It Works is not Arabic. It is not on our website. It is not in our communications. It is not in the Connect app. You know, I'm just thinking of those of you that are here that have a language that is not French or Spanish and you feel at a disadvantage. Stop making excuses. What I want you to know today is Marwa's going to show you how you can take all the things that are challenging and let it drive you. Let it drive you to be the one that gets to speak up. I mean, now we are like, Marwa, what's the number one thing we can put in Arabic for you? She is going to change the game for her culture, her community, women, immigrants everywhere. Marwa, I just love it. Okay, so Marwa, can we just be real candid here? You were an ambassador for the company in February, and and then what was your 2.0 spot? Where was it at?
Okay, I was not maintaining ambassador in February. I was not maintaining ambassador. I had to take my account, my primary account, from 129 to 520, and I have never shared that loudly with anyone because it's not cool, but it was happening. I was not maintaining. So, and I was not looking at that I'm not maintaining. I was looking at where I need to be, where I need to take my account to. And I believe this is very crucial to be able to reach your goal. Don't look at where you at, look at where you want to be. Because where you at is going to discourage you. Where you want to be is going to encourage you. And you want to be encouraged and you want to have your focus on the right place. So my volume in February was 129, you guys. And yeah, it was crazy. I had a crazy month, February. I had to travel with my parents. I'm not making excuses, but I was not focused. I was traveling with my parents because they were sick. I had lots of family issues. I was going crazy, but I had it a goal since I went to Costa Rica, and I was like, I'm going double ambassador in March. And I wanted to be the first double ambassador. It was just a goal for me. I wanted to be the first double ambassador. I want to have this title. It means a lot to me and my team. I just want to show my team that people like us can be the first in something. I just wanted to cast that vision. I wanted to break that label, and I want them to know no one is less than anyone. No one is better than them. They're not better than anyone. We just need to work hard. We all have the same abilities. We all have the same opportunity, and we all know how to work this business. So we all have the same chance to do whatever we want to do. It's a matter of a decision and a focus on the right place.
Okay, again, I'm going to point out a couple things. I mean, I know some of us, I am guilty of it. I called out all of you from different countries, different languages, different markets, different cultures. But I'm thinking about you who are already limiting what you can do in this business because you're like, I didn't graduate high school. I'm a woman, not a man, maybe. I'm a divorced woman. I was in jail. I was a drug addict. Like I just think of all these things that we do to discredit ourselves. I did it for 6 years. I said, I'm not a salesperson. I can't do this business. So in what way are you making an excuse for why you can't? Don't put that cage around yourself. Just like Marwa said, no cages, just get focused. And Marwa, can you tell me what your title, your lifetime title was? It was ambassador in your 1.0. And what was your lifetime rank in your 2.0?
I was presidential.
Presidential. And if you all heard her, her group volume total was 129. 129. Now I can't even tell you the amount of texts that I get that are like, I need to go 100,000 this month. I need to go, 150 this month. I need to go 20,000 this month. I need to go 10,000 this month. Do you think I can do it? And I've always believed you can, if you believe you can, if you get serious and you really put in the time. But I didn't know this was possible. You blew the belief lid on my own, my own belief. Marwa, you went from 129 in group volume in February to what at the end of March?
521,500.
$521,500. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is a $400,000 swing. A $400,000 swing. Oh my gosh. Okay, Marwa, some people right now, after hearing this call, they're going to make a decision that either at the end of this month or at the end of May or at the end of June, they're going for something. And I know you made this decision, you said, since Costa Rica. In Costa Rica, you decided you were going to be the first double ambassador in the company. Is that correct? Is that what I heard you say?
Yes.
Now, guys, that was in December. So you're talking January, February, March. So from the minute you decided, Marwa, that was going to happen, you also had life hit. Mom and dad were sick and just a little bit of a distraction for you. Can you tell me what you started doing the minute you decided you were going to go double ambassador? Because obviously you can't go double ambassador by yourself. We can all say all day long, if it's going to be, it's up to me. But in reality, as much as that's true, it's also not true. You need other people to rally behind the vision to make that big of a movement happen. So Marwa, how did you rally your people?
Okay, I just went directly to my team and I told them that we are going double ambassador, and you, a team member, has a role to play. You either play your role and be honored as a part of this team and hitting this goal with us, or you're gonna miss out, because we are going double ambassador. I was letting them know that we already going double ambassador. You need to be part of it, or you're gonna regret not being part of it. So I was repeating that every day. I was casting vision. I was not talking about how far we are. I had a plan for each and every one of my team. I had to reach out to all of my organization. It wasn't easy at all with my kids, and it's exhausting to talk to all these people and hear all the excuses and try to make lift everybody up. It wasn't easy, but it worth it, because when I called them, some people, they just jumped in because I called them. Some people, they just jumped in because they love me and they want to be part of it. And some other people jumped in because so they're not included. Sometimes, when we, as the leaders, when we have group meetings and do the trainings and all the stuff, but people want the one-on-one connection. So I contacted my team. I reached out to all of them. I set the plan. I had a 3-way call with the top leader. Like if I'm building a Ruby, I had the Ruby himself and the 3 people in that call. And I have been talking to everybody and letting them know what they need to do, how they need to do it, and when they need to do it. And we had a time frame for the goal, because like I knew if we did not commit to the time, we're gonna miss out. And we did it on the 29th. We finished the double ambassador on the 29th, and we had following promotion on the left 2 days of the month. It was amazing, but it wasn't easy. It was not easy.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right here. You guys, I want to point out something. Marwa didn't say she just cast a vision. For number one, she said she cast a vision every day. She told her whole team, we're going double ambassador. And she didn't look on how far away it was. She looked at how close they were getting. Do you see the difference? You guys, we're this much closer. You can even still say the volume you have left to achieve, but you're that much closer, right? It's a very different perspective. Also, something I heard her say, and I'm just going to say it. I hear far too many people say, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. And what I heard you just say is you picked up the phone and you got people's buy-in individually, small groups, as well as large group. Did you stop recruiting? Did you stop recruiting because you just didn't have time? Did you stop teaching your people how to get started?
No, I recruited 60 distributor last month, and I recruited more than 25 loyal customers. I enrolled more than 25 loyal customers. So no, I did not stop doing what I need to do because I knew that we're gonna have a gap, and I need to fill the gap. I myself need to fill the gap. So I was still recruiting, I was still enrolling customers, and I was still training my people. I just do the 3-way call where I set the goal, and then I let them know the plan, and I make my leader follow up with them. So that made it easier for me because I do the 2 first step and she does the following up, and I follow up with my leaders. I don't just let them do their thing. I will be like, what have you done? What have you done? And I promise you, not everybody liked it, me being over their heads and asking every day where they're at. But for the most of them, I can say 99% of my team loved the connection. So yeah.
All right, something I want to say, I know we talked about this at the beginning. We said, obviously, this is not an individual goal. This becomes a team goal. This becomes one of those things that you can't just do on your own. Although as leaders, we need to lead and do more than we're asking our team to do, or do as much as we're asking our team to do. And I heard you say that you enrolled 60 DTs and 25 LCs in the month you promoted. Boom. You also trained. You also got on individual phone calls and small group phone calls. Let's talk about people not on your team that played into this promotion, because your husband, I know, was all in. Can you tell me the reality of what you looked like and what daily life looked like in your home while you were making this promotion? Like seriously, from a time commitment standpoint, like what did that look like?
Oh my God. You know, Cami, one day I did not see my kids. Me and my husband, my kids we all live in the same house, and I did not see my kids the whole day. They woke up after me, they went to bed before me, and I did not get to see them or to love over them. And I was so upset, but I knew I had to do some sacrifices. I knew I had to just be focused on this because it's for them at the end of the day. And I was not seeing my husband. I was just living in my office and working. And I knew I needed to do that. And I knew it's not gonna be for long. I'm gonna do this. I'm setting my team and getting everybody ready, maybe 4 or 5 months, and then double ambassador is gonna come easy. If I kept working, I kept inspiring, I kept building. So it's a business, and sometimes when it's growing, you need to be all in. You cannot be. I was not watching TV, of course. I was not talking to my parents, and I don't do that. I talk to them every day, but I let them know that, hey, I'm going on a big promotion. I need your prayers. Please don't be mad at me. I'm going to call you while I'm done. You can check on me with Amar, and Amar was letting them know that I'm doing great and everything is fine. Amar was feeding me. I was not even memorizing that I need to eat. I was just working, and he sometimes brings sandwich or something. Hey, you need to eat, otherwise you're gonna die. I was just running. I was focusing. I was not even hungry. I was not thinking about anything but the double ambassador. It was all over my head, in all of my cells. I was all in.
Okay, so Marwa, I knew this would happen as we talked about this, but people are like, oh my gosh, I guess I can't do this because I'm not married, or I guess I can't do this because my spouse isn't 100% successful. What would you say to that person? Because I know you experienced that within the people on your team.
It's not true. It is not true. You will find the time if you really want it. If you really want it, you're gonna breathe it. It's gonna be running with your blood. you just need to want it to that level, because you guys, we always have time for our kids whenever they need us, right? If you treat your business as it's one of your own kids, you never say I don't have time to feed my business, I don't have time to feed my child, or do give him a bath or take care of him. So you will always find the time, even though if you are exhausted, tired, don't feel like it, you're gonna do it. So I treat my business as it is one of my kids, because I need to do my business to feed my kids. You guys, we have been struggling, we have been in a bad situations, and because of this business, I'm not just able to feed my own kids, I'm able to feed other people's kids as well. So it's crucial to work your business. You just need to know you can do it. And sometimes we make excuses because we deep inside think that we cannot do it. So you need to keep saying it loud and clear. I can do it. I have been telling myself every day. Whenever I feel discouraged, I will be like calling it loud. I can do it. I am the first double ambassador. I am this, I'm that. Do you think it was easy for me to go from 129 to 520? It wasn't easy. And I got scared at sometimes. I was panicking. I was calling Cami at 3 a.m. in the morning. I was not even looking at the time because I was panicking. But I was working on my mindset.
Yes.
And I was keep telling myself, I can do it. It is doable. I had a clear vision. I had a clear plan. I knew where the volume is coming from. And I know it's a hard work. And sometimes we make excuses because we know it's a hard work. And we don't like to be working very hard. It's not fun. I know it's not fun. But don't make excuses. You're going to find excuse. If you're looking for one, you're going to find more than one. But how come you think you're going to do something different? How come you think you're going to impact lives? How come you think you're going to be the hand for the people who doesn't have one? And I always make it about we, not me. At some point in this business, it's not going to be just about you. It's going to be about we. And I don't mean just your team. I don't mean just the people that are going to join your team. I mean the other people in the world. This world needs good people, and this world needs good people to have money to make a difference. I was born and raised in Sudan. It's in Africa. It's tough over there. People till today, they don't have electricity, they don't have clean water, and they don't have hospitals. Life is not just what you see. You need to open your eye and try to see the whole picture, the full picture. I know there's lots of people who need me to be better than myself today to help them have the crucial stuff in their lives, to be able to feed their kids, to be able to take care of their health, to be able to go to schools. We have we have kids sleep on the streets in Sudan. They sleep on the streets while it's cold, while it's hot, while it's raining. And I want to make a difference. And I know I can do it. And I know I have the vehicle. And I know I'm going to have the right people. So, yeah.
Marwa, I think about the things that keep me awake at night. I think about the things that when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing that's on my mind. Not every one of us has those same holy discontents, but there is something that each one of us is upset about. And I believe the reason it's upsetting to us is because we were put on earth to do something about it. And Marwa's saying, and I'm just reiterating, guys, I'm just reiterating these incredible points that she's making, trying to keep up in the chat room. Marwa, people are just in tears, and I love it. And I knew this would be this way. You literally are one of the single most inspiring people I know in my life. And those are the kind of people I want to hang around because they hold me accountable. And I'm going to talk to that a minute here about how you hold people accountable, because it's like nothing I've ever seen. But you guys, she has been given a different experience, which I think gives her a different level of responsibility. Some of you have been way too pampered. You've been given way too many things, and it's made you lazy. It's made you ungrateful, lack of humility. I'm one. I'm absolutely one. My children, I might fear that they're another. I'm going to go to Africa and do missions so they have their eyes open to other realities. Because if we don't do that, They won't know. And Marwa is saying she came out of something that people can't even comprehend. And yet, Marwa, I will say this to you, you could use that as an excuse every single day about why you don't think the way you think, or why you can't do what you're doing. Instead, you've made it your responsibility. And in saying that, I want to ask you something. I hear often, you don't represent diversity on stage. You don't represent enough of this, that, or the other on stage. And I would say we probably don't, but I would also say that we're very much a meritocracy. And in order to get on stage, you have to earn that right to be on stage. Marwa, I guarantee you weren't seeing other Arabic women on stage, other women from Sudan on stage. How did you overcome that in your mind without seeing that example?
Okay, so I just want to share one thing, Cami. I believe it's very important. Sometimes we pray for the change and we don't take advantage when it's happening. And I just get really upset when people ask God for help and ask God for change and ask God for opportunity, and then they waste it. When I started this business, I knew I needed to get out of my comfort zone, but I was so terrified to do so. I had my nose on my profile picture because this is how much I could show on social media. It's like I was chained with all these cultural things. So one day I had a potential group that I'm using till today. The idea of this group was for me to have a safe platform where I can reach out to other women. It wasn't like me creating the group for like what it is for right now. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying my best to explain it the way it's supposed to be.
You're doing a great job, and people are in tears because I think they feel bad about the excuses they've made, or the perspective they once had. You just changed their perspective. I'm gonna cry looking at some of the leaders crying in the woo. You just keep talking, and I pray God will deliver it in the way it's meant to be heard.
Yes, I mean, okay, so I had this group and I was doing my live videos on that group, and I wish if you guys can speak here to see how terrified I was while myself doing live, and how weak I was. I was so weak. I was different, way different. So one day a guy sneaked to that group and he took one of my videos and posted it publicly. And I have been called all the names. I have been even some people, they were like, we're gonna kill you when you come back to Sudan because you are ruining the culture. You are doing this and you are doing that. And I was terrified. My dad called me and he was like, I'm ashamed of you. Why you're not wearing the scarf? Why are you doing that? You made me so too small. Now I cannot even go on social media. All of my friends have seen you. And I was like, I did nothing. I was wearing a high neck t-shirt and I was talking about business. I did nothing, you guys. I did not kill anyone. And everybody was against me. And I was like, okay, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I should stop here. Maybe I should not keep doing this. I do not want to harm anyone, especially the people that I love. I do not want to harm my dad. And even my husband, he has been called names. Because in my culture, they have a name for the guy who lets his wife dress up the way she wants. A bad one, a bad name. So my husband, he was like, no, you wanted more people to know about you. And now you got what you asked for. You have been telling me every day that you want more people to know about what you do, because what you do is going to change their lives. And it's changing our life already. And I was not far in the business. I joined November of 2015. And this happened August of 2016. So, and I was double diamond already. So he was like, how come you want to stop? You asked for that. Why you want to stop now? I was like, you're right. You are right, 100%. And I went live publicly on my Facebook and I have never stopped since then. So I just want you guys to know it's not easy for each one of us in a different way. Mm-hmm. We all experience the same stuff in a different way. Some of us might experience it harder. Some of us might experience it less. But we still go the same way. We still have to take the same path to achieve our goals. And it's just a decision and the way that you look to the stuff, the way that you look to the stuff that happened along the road? Is it a sign to stop or a sign to do something different? So
I think a lot of us use it as an escape route, to stop and redirect. And I think, when we say the word that we all have haters, I don't think we have death threats. I really don't think we have haters like that. And yet Marwa has, her family has, because of Marwa's decision to stand up for what is right, for not just women, but for her family. And I will say this, there is honor, and then there is, which I believe is cultural and family, generationally, and then there's oppression. And I believe, Marwa, I wouldn't even pretend that you're doing it perfectly, because I wouldn't even pretend to understand it fully, but I would say that you're standing up to what you believe is right as you navigate and honor in a space. I've had tremendous conversations with your husband. I also love him dearly, because I know it's not just something coming at you, it's coming at him as well. And yet when we talk about changing our legacy, I mean, when I looked at your little girls and I saw how spitfire your oldest daughter is, and how I know she pushes your buttons, and yet she's just like her mom, she's looking for areas where she can push and still honor. Very, very special. Marwa, I want to go back to one of the things you said, because I want you guys to know Marwa wasn't invincible in this promotion. She wasn't without fear, but she didn't allow the fear to stop her from going after what she knows she deserved and her team deserved. And Marwa, whether it was me, I know you said you were calling me, but it doesn't matter who it is, you guys. It matters that you have someone. It wasn't her team that she was going to and saying, I don't know if we can do this. I don't know. What do you think? Can we do this? I mean, we were counting down the volume together, and on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, she would text me and be like, I don't think I can do this. Or she would call me, I don't think we can do it. I don't think we have enough time. And I would be like, yes, you can. Absolutely, you can do this. And tell me how much volume you have left. And I say that because I say you all need that person you can call and be scared with, that you can call and help them not let you live in fear. And so make sure you have that person. It's a worthy rival that's running this race with you. It may not be your upline. And don't make the excuse, my upline doesn't do this for me. Find somebody. There is somebody out there that either cares about your promotion or that you can lean on in a season where you need them to give you belief when you're struggling to find it yourself. And then, I would just warn you to not, I don't care if you think you're just speaking the truth. It's negative. Don't talk to your team about your doubts and your fears. It's not the right place. It's cancerous. You need to be speaking that with a trusted person that you can have those conversations with as you're going through this season. There's so many people in here giving shout outs to one another, but also just telling you what an inspiration you are. And I think that's absolutely amazing. All right. I'm looking at my notes because I had so many things to ask you. Marwa, if you could tell people right now that are thinking they're on pause with their promotion, they're on pause with putting their dream out there because it scares the crap out of them, what would you say to them?
Okay, so I had a plan or a recipe for success, and I'm gonna share it with you guys, if you don't mind, Cami. So
No.
I was just thinking, my team were like, okay, you need to teach us exactly how to do this, and I'm going presidential. You need to show me how to do it. I was like, okay, now I need to think about my recipe for success. And I have heard that before from Tony Robbins, that everybody has a recipe for success. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna write it down before I forget about it. So first thing, declare it. You need to declare it. I am Black Diamond. I am Ambassador Diamond. Whatever is your goal, just say it loud and clear. And I love that I have learned about incantations, where they are stronger than affirmations. So they come with strength, they come with emotions, and you say them loud and clear. And I have been doing this every day, and I encourage everybody to do it every day, because we need to remind ourselves why we want to do it, why we want to achieve this goal, and that it's already done. It's a matter of time. So I declared it. I have done my incantation, and I was working hard and focusing on where I need to be. Just focus on where you want to be. You are going double ambassador. Okay, this is your plan. 1, 2, 3. This is how you get it done, and this is when you get it done. Don't wait until the last minute the last day of the month. Don't do that. My plan was to go double ambassador on the 25th. And by you pushing for that date, your team is going to push harder. And this is how you're going to get to your goal before the month ends. And you're going to have the peace of mind to fix anything that needs to be fixed. So, and you need to cast the vision for your team every day, because it's a teamwork. They need to know where you're going. They need to know why they need to be with you, how they're going to benefit out of this. And people wants to know they are part of the winning, and they are winning as well. Sometimes they don't see that. Don't assume people know how amazing for them to go ruby or to go diamond. Just let them know why they need to be part of it, the growth they're going to experience, that all the winnings. Just mention all the winnings, all the stuff that they're going to win. I did my calculations, and I had my plan with I had charted all of my team. I have all of my house is full of papers and charts, and I do chart with my hands. I just love pen and paper. So have the plan ready and update your plan every day. So if you have a ruby, check on this ruby every day. If you're going a diamond, you have 3 rubies, make sure you're checking on them. Don't rely on your emerald to do that. Don't assume they're going to do what they need to do. Make sure you are over their heads, because sometimes people think when you're not reaching out, you have slowed down or you changed your goal. Because if you're not showing up every day, if you're not reminding them of what they need to do every day, they're just not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And not everybody is like, don't assume that everybody's like you. You're going to do what you need to do without being reminded. Some people need the reminder. So do that. Believe that you can do it. Believe that you deserve it. Believe that you have what you need to make it happen. And I was saying that, oh my God, this leader is not doing what she needs to do. And that leader is not doing what they need to do. And this one joined me and quit on the 3rd day. Now I'm not doing that. Now I'm like, this one, she's doing this right. So I was focusing on what is done right and who's doing it. And I was just working with these people. I was ignoring all the non-worker, because sometimes we stuck with them, and we be one of them, we be non-workers. So make sure you believe that you can do it, and make sure you're focused on the right place with the right people, because you don't have time to waste. I promise you don't have time to waste. I was also letting my leaders lead. I'm red, and sometimes I just love to have all the control and to do it all by myself. And it's not easy when it comes to big promotions. So I was letting my leaders lead. As I mentioned earlier, I was doing the call, setting the plan, and let them lead from there. So yeah, let your leader, and ask for help. Ask your team for help. Yes.
Well, you can even just ask your team. You guys, one of my favorite things about Marwa is she didn't wait for me to say, hey, what do you need? She didn't wait for me to say, hey, would you like a message from me or Mark? She would say to me, Cammie, today I need this from you. How many of you sit here and say, my leader doesn't give me this? Why don't you tell your leader what you need? Yes. Why don't you tell the Lord what you need and allow him to provide it for you? Not that he doesn't know, but I'm just saying. And I will say, when God was creating the earth, every day that he created something, he said, it is good. The day he created man was the first time he said, it is not good. It is not good for man to be alone. And yet he wasn't alone. He was with God. You need more than God. I believe it is a God-given gift for you to have people in your life, but it is not just them pouring into you and reading your mind. Tell them what you need. And if they don't do it, then you go find someone who will. Don't make that an excuse. Get the help you need. Marwa told me what she needed. Marwa reached out to me and said, you're not being there enough for me. She said, you didn't think of giving me a Mark video. Give me a Mark video. And I'm like, you got it, sister. Like, you know, and she didn't talk to me like that. But do you see what I'm saying? Is she didn't let anything stop her from what she knew she needed. And Marwa, I have to stop you for a minute, because here's the other thing. How many of you I have heard say, oh, it's like we have to work twice as hard to get the volume these days, wah, wah, wah. Marwa has such expectations, and she tells her team that she's the reason we have the spend 200 get 10% off. She said, I need that because my team, we don't join a customer that doesn't spend $200. Not only do they get $200 off if they're in the US, they also get a free shipping now too. So we can all say thank you, Marwa, for that. But that's because her expectations of her team is that they bring in high volume orders. Remember, whether you set the goal here or you set the goal here, they'll meet your expectations every time.
Yes.
And what if they don't? What if they fall just under? Wouldn't you rather they fall just under here than under here? So just something, these are just crumbs that I noticed that she's throwing down every time I talk to her. When I was in her home, I got to stay the night with Marwa in Dallas, and I watched people drive from Iowa or Idaho over 10 hours to do a meeting with us in person, and they were not diamonds, so they did not get to have dinner in her home. And I said, gosh, Marwa, what, they drove 10 hours. Why wouldn't you make an exception for them? She said, but then I would need to make an exception for everybody, and this was the rules. This was the rules. And if you hold and set a standard, I promise you people will rise to it. But if you set no standard, they'll hit it every time. Marwa, you set high standards, and that's something I've learned from you. Another thing, and I'm going to talk to at least the triples and above here. As you go for that next promotion, for example, triple needs a diamond, and a double, right? She didn't have just one diamond in one leg. She had multiple diamonds in one leg. She might have had multiple doubles in the double leg. She had multiple diamonds in the third diamond leg. Why did she do that? To secure the volume and secure the promotion. And why does it hurt? Why does it hurt to, here's what I noticed. Marwa, can you just tell us how many people in your promotion to double ambassador, can you tell me how many new prez, ambassador, triples, doubles, diamonds, et cetera, that you had on your team? Can you do that? I'm going to take notes and write that down.
We had 32 new diamonds and 15 doubles, 5 triples, 3 presidentials, and my 2.0 went ambassador, and I went double ambassador on my primary account.
How many new ambassadors?
Just my 2.0.
2.0. Don't say just to me, please, girlfriend. Look at this.
I want more.
I know. I love it. I love that you want more. And then she had 1 ambassador. But look at the lives. Okay, you guys, if you say yes to yourself, look at all the lives you're impacting. It's this domino game, the one domino falls over and there's a whole lot of people that go along with you. So put it out there what you want, and I promise people are going to get on board. Not everybody, but don't worry about them. I'm not worried about them. I want the ones who want to go on this journey with us, and that's what Marwa did. Marwa, you just inspired me. I'm sorry, I get passionate because I'm just so mind blown. Okay, keep going over your recipe for success. I'm still writing down notes.
Okay, it was the last thing was ask for help, reach out, whoever you think is gonna impact, has an impact on a good one on your goal over your team, do it. I reached out, I asked for help from Cami, I asked for help from Denise, I asked for help I even asked for help from my leaders. I was telling my leaders, I can't do it by myself. You guys need to help me, not just business-wise, like sisterhood-wise. We have a good relationship with everybody. Love is all over the place. And I just want to mention one thing. When I started this business, all the people that joined me when I started, or I can say big percentage of the people who joined me when I started, they were not good people. They were not. And why I'm saying that, because I did not change. I was doing what I have been doing. I was loving over people. And at some point I was like, maybe I'm a bad person. That's why I'm attracting all these people. And maybe this and maybe that, but it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time till you get the people that you dream of. I have been looking at other teams and other leaders, and I was like, oh my God, I wish if I have this sisterhood in my organization. And now I do have it. So don't feel like she just had an amazing people. That's why they all love each other and they all do it. It wasn't like that when I started, I promise you. And what I have learned, my husband always tell me, whenever you start a new thing, the first people you get, they're not gonna be the best when you start anything. It's just going to be the people who want to see, the people who want to check, or whatever. So it's not a general thing, but it's what I have experienced. And just to not feel bad if you don't have the right people, you're going to have them. Just keep doing, keep working hard, keep inspiring, keep doing what you need to do, and they're going to come along. They're going to come along.
Someone asked, how do you set a standard without being mean? I'll tell you this, you guys. I can tell you what Marwa does. She builds a relationship first. She builds a relationship first. Like you heard her say, she picked up the phone and called her people. She didn't say, I don't have time. I just recruited 60 DTs. She went, no, this is the priority of my time. She builds a relationship first. And so then when she sets the standards, it's like a parent, right? A parent doesn't discipline their child because they don't love them. They discipline them because they do love them and they want to protect them and help them. That's number one. Number two, Marwa, when we talk about you didn't see a lot of women that looked like you or talked like you on stage, guess what? You're about to see a lot of those women on stage now. You're about to see a lot of those women. So instead of saying, I don't see, how about you say, I'm going to provide this visual for more of my people. Also, yes. People are asking, how do you sell in a country that's not open, or Marwa's not selling in the Sudan. She's not selling in Egypt. Now she is saying to Mark, hello, please help me. But she's looking for people from there here. She's not just speaking to people from the Sudan or Egypt or wherever, or Africa. She's speaking to immigrants.
Yes.
So who do you have commonalities with that are right here in your country? And keep in mind, not just in our country, but in the countries we're open. We're open in 25. So make sure that you're building your business in all those countries. Focus on what you do have, not what you don't have. Remember what Mark said earlier this week. Are you a problem finder, which in my mind is AKA complainer, or are you a problem solver? Marwa's a problem solver all day long. All right, Marwa, I interrupted you again. I keep doing that. I have a really bad habit of that. I'm seeing all these things coming in, and yes, she said, I wish we had services in Nigeria. Well, you guys just keep building it here and you never know what we're going to do, right? All right, Marwa, what else you got for us? And I know we're getting close to our time.
I just want to give one tip, because this is what I do and it has been helpful. When I go live, I ask people where they are watching me from, and I ask them to share my live and to tag their people who are living in the countries that we have business in. So so that's how I built this network, because I have people watching me from all over. I don't let them feel not included. I be like, we might open soon. Just keep watching, keep encouraging us, pray for us. We're gonna work hard to. It's a dream of me. I'm not claiming that on the name of the company. It's just a vision and a dream that I want this business to be in countries like some countries in Africa and Middle East. So I just share my vision, and I know it's gonna come true. I know it's gonna come true. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. I'm seeing so many people inspired. People are crying, which I think you should be. How is this not moving on your heart? Because I think some of you today are being reminded of the responsibility you have for the people that you affect AFFECT, to say yes to this business, because your yes is the domino effect in their life. Okay, Marwa. 3 pages of notes. I can't even keep up with the chat room. I cannot even keep up with this chat room right now. It's so unbelievable. Remember, you guys can save the chat room if you want. There's 3 dots down over there, and you can save the chat room if you want to be able to go back and refer to it. Marwa, I'd like to do something. You didn't know I was going to do this. I'd like to honor you in this way. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but I'm going to show you something special that we were able to do for Marwa. And again, I just want to honor you with this, Marwa, if you don't mind.
I'm not gonna cry.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I don't think you have any idea. All right, here we go, you guys.
Marwa, I think I met you in Tampa, didn't I? You know, I just had to take a minute and say congratulations on your incredible accomplishment. You know, the Pentecost family just informed me that you are the very first person to reach this new rank in the company. Wow, that's pretty cool. The first double ambassador in the history of It Works. Now, not only are you making history for It Works, we're changing the culture for women all over the world and showing them anything is possible with that right work ethic. And I know you work hard. And this is you and your team worked hard for this. I want to say congratulations to all of you. Now you have that momentum now, so I can't wait to see what you grow from here. Now keep sharing that skincare line for us because you know how great it is. And I'm excited to see how you keep growing. And congratulations again. Stay safe and thanks so much.
This is amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God, I love it. I just love that.
Are
I love
such
that
an
you guys
advocate.
thought about what I'm gonna like, and I just thank you. This is
Yeah.
amazing. And thank you, everyone. I'm so happy that I was able to even just give you one good note or one good thing. I always pray whenever I go live or whenever I do a meeting that I'm going to be able to help at least one person. It's just a passion. And thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Cami, for giving me the honor to be here. And it's such a blessing. I cannot even be more thankful. I mean,
I think the next one we need to host is with 5 or 6 of your leaders that can talk from their perspective that were a part of that run with you. I think there's a lot we can learn for that. So I will organize that. And I'm excited to have a whole stage full of your team, and you earned it.
yes.
Hopefully that'll make you cry. Just kidding. You know, I want to leave you guys with this thought, and Marwa, you get to actually leave them with the final thought, so I'll let you close this out. But here's something I want to remind you of. You know, if you did not know, we just uploaded a brand new Steps to Success document in the eSuite, and on the back of it is like just some basic building blocks to get people started and help find a few and help them get a few wins really quickly. And I'm only telling you this because on there it says, why are you doing this? And I think it's fine if your first why is paying off credit card debt. I think it's great if your why is, my why was I want to be home with my babies instead of at school raising other people's kids. Those are phenomenal whys. Typically a why is not going to last you long or is not going to push you to work when days are hard if it's simply I want a new car or I want a new house. What I found is no matter what color personality you are, if it's not something outside of yourself, bigger than yourself, that you feel just a responsibility to, and if it's not you, it won't happen, then I find there's way too many things that can come up that keep us from going after what we want. I say that to you because I really believe every single one of us has a different calling on our life, a different way. Maybe it's you're passionate about single moms because your mom was single and you were raised by a single mom. Maybe it is about immigrants. Maybe it's about your heritage. Maybe it's about other women who had dealt with infertility, and you want to not only give them hope that they can be fertile, but there are other methods out there and they can pay cash for it with the business. I think you see where I'm going here. Do yourself a favor. Ask yourself the hard questions to really find out what it is you're trying to accomplish outside of just some of your own personal wants. But something that was put inside you that sets your soul on fire, that when you wake up in the morning, you think about, or you can't sleep at night sometimes because you think about it. I don't know what that is. Only you do, but I believe when you really truly capture what that is, there will be nothing that stops you from going after what you want. Oh boy, here we go. Somebody's sharing. So that's my closing statement, Marwa. All right, how about you?
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna let you know that I don't have any magical power. I don't have anything that you don't have already. I just want you guys to just set the goal, declare it, and work on it. Don't give up. Do not give up. It's not gonna be easy, but you can do it if you really, really, really want to. And as Cami said, find your why bigger than yourself. It's very important, and it is what has done it for me and for my team as well. And thank you so much, Cami. Thank you, everybody. I'm so honored. I cannot be more honored, more proud to be part of this amazing company with all of you guys. I learned from all of you, and I love all of you, and I wish you all the best.
Oh my gosh, Marwa. Well, I knew this was going to be an amazing call, but you exceeded my expectations because of who you are. And I appreciate that kind of leadership. We pray that God would use this platform we've been given of It Works to truly, oops, somebody is sharing something. I love it. I'm gonna not allow them to not share. Uh-oh. What is happening? Somebody stop screen sharing. Only the host. Okay, there we go. They lost control. I remember somebody coming up to me one time that had a different belief system than I did, or had a different sexual orientation than I did. And they said they felt like in our company, they couldn't find a home. And I would say, that's not true. This is a home for everybody. And if you want it bad enough, you can absolutely get everything that you want and more, and help as many people that you're attached to do the same thing. So Marwa, thank you for proving that here today.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you. All right, you guys, everybody have a great Good Friday, and we will see you next week.
Bye.